Hey, yo, E-King Fight News. Gennady Golovkin is suddenly being a very wanted man in the middleweight division. Frank Warren wants to make Billy Joe Saunders versus Gennady Golovkin. And now Canelo Alvarez is showing huge interest in a rematch. So, hey, it's E-King Fight News, and we got more on this. Wow, so a lot of news coming out regarding this situation. First and foremost, Billy Joe Saunders. He wants to make a Gennady Golovkin fight. Oddly enough, he doesn't have a title. Gennady Golovkin doesn't have a title. So, not a lot on the line when that fight could have potentially been for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. But it never happened. Now, why didn't that fight happen? Well, let me explain. Canelo Alvarez was the fight Gennady Golovkin was chasing. And when the opportunity came to him to fight Gennady Golovkin, he took a smaller percentage. He took low money. And he ended up fighting Canelo Alvarez a couple years ago. He caught a draw. That's what happened. He caught a draw in what was a highly anticipated fight. It was really one of the only guys that could really potentially knock out Canelo. At the time, Gennady Golovkin was a feared puncher. But Canelo Alvarez basically killed the legend of Gennady Golovkin. And what I mean by that is, coming off of that draw, it was perceived that Gennady Golovkin had a great performance. But a lot of people still saw him not doing enough to win the fight. You know, he didn't come on late the way we expected him to. And it was Canelo Alvarez that showed up in the 11th and 12th rounds, you know, outboxing Gennady Golovkin. Now, like anyone else, I saw Gennady Golovkin doing well on the front foot, but I could definitely see him missing a lot of shots. And Canelo Alvarez was doing a lot of moving, but he was also doing a lot of accurate punching. Now, that was the first fight, right? Flash forward 2018, you know, all that extra stuff about drug testing, Mexican meat. They have a rematch. Canelo Alvarez clearly won the rematch. And at the end of the day, he was VADA tested. So, let's get into it. Oscar De La Hoya says he's targeting Gennady Golovkin. And that's what I think is what we're going to see next. E-King Fight News, man. We got more on this. Alright, strong salute to boxing. Seeing Golovkin trilogy with Canelo Alvarez targeted for May 4th, says Oscar De La Hoya. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. What did he have to say? Golovkin and Canelo first met in September of 2017, which resulted in a controversial 12-round split decision draw. Golovkin is still a network free agent with Premier Boxing Champions, Dazn and ESPN, all attempting to sign him up. Reportedly, PBC has made the strongest offer of the three. Golovkin has not made any comments regarding his future. Golden Boy Promotion CEO Oscar De La Hoya has directed his company president Eric Gomez to begin immediate negotiations to stage a trilogy fight between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. Man, boxing scene, they know how to get a scoop. That's a scoop right there. That's a big one. Congratulations to Gennady Golovkin. He's going to have to sign with Dazn if he wants to make this fight happen. I reckon he probably will. I mean, we all know, if you can't beat him, join him. And it seems like he's got nowhere to go. I mean, all the other guys, PBC has a bunch of guys. Everybody's fucking, worried about if Gennady Golovkin were to fight them. Everyone would be worried about Gennady Golovkin. If you imagine if you were to fight Charlo, I swear these Triple G hardcore fans would be tripping out. They'll be tripping out like, hold on, Triple G. Yo, man. But anyways, we all know he's ducking the smoke. Everybody knows it, man. Gennady Golovkin, he didn't want smoke with his own countrymen in fucking Sergey Derevyanchenko. You got Billy Joe Saunders looking for a fight. That would be a great fight for Triple G. I'd like to see that fight. You could do a one. Triple G's a free agent right now. He could actually do whatever the fuck he wants to do. That's power, man. That's fucking powerful for a guy that's coming off a this long stint with K2, coming off of a rematch with Gennady Golovkin. If he truly is, free to any network, there was word that Tom Loeffler might have been cutting ties with him. There was word, and then Tom Loeffler completely destroyed that whole idea. And he was just like, you know what? I'm still with Triple G. That's what he said. So, we're going to have to see how it plays out, man. PBC, very interesting that they threw that in there. That pretty much Al Heyman has made the strongest offer to Gennady Golovkin. Now, what that actually reveals is that they have a whole lot of money to play with if they made the strongest offer between ESPN, Dazn, and, whatever, Showtime. Showtime, let me see that shit. Yeah. It was suspected so pretty much PBC, DAZN, and ESPN were all making offers, and according to Boxing Scene, they said Al Heyman had the strongest offer. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. We're just gonna have to wait and see what Gennady Golovkin chooses to do. As I said before, it seemed like when it came to a Canelo fight, he knows that's pretty much like the big money fight. Is there another Canelo in the middleweight division? No. There's legacy fights. There's fights out there for him to prove that he really is the best heavyweight. And even guys that Canelo didn't want to fight, that he would get a ton of credit for if he were to beat Jamal Charlo. He would get a ton of credit if he were to beat Danny Jacobs in a rematch, who's also, by the way, holding out on any kind of fights until he finds out if he is the one that will get Canelo Alvarez. Because Danny Jacobs is also a free agent, by the way. Although he seems to be dressing like Eddie Hearn nowadays, he's in a situation where he's waiting for Eddie Hearn to try and make this Canelo fight as well. So, it's very interesting developments in the middleweight division, man. And we got to see how it all plays out. For now, King Fight News, man. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Canelo, Triple G, if they made this fight, I'm probably not, the guy to talk. I really don't have a whole lot of interest in seeing these guys fight over and over again. I thought based on that second fight, I think Canelo did enough. It's so weird because it's almost like, I thought Triple G did early work in the first fight. I thought he did the better job early, and he lost the fight going the distance. Now he comes back in the distance, and Canelo is beating his ass for the first 7 rounds, and they give it to Canelo. So it's real interesting how it all played out. E-King Fighting's, man. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're out.